Viewer discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
We're back and we're on the internet. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am Chairman JJW, and over here we have Janitor Deke, and this is Your Two Dads, hosted on rumble.com/JJW. We meet Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock to talk about the news, politics, culture, pop culture, werewolves.
We might actually talk about werewolves today.
Maybe. Oh, we got a werewolf story?
I do have one small werewolf story.
And before we get into this, we have our guest. He's filling up our private chat with our links because Discord is busted right now, and I don't know, they have their thing going out. And I want to totally own and apologize for yesterday's show. Although we had a great show, apparently nobody on the internet thought it was funny that I did a title in Spanish. And so,
I think you were the only one that found that amusing, JJ.
it made me laugh, but
in radio,
fast.
In radio, we have to. Hang on, let me actually look at you when I say this, because I gotta. In radio, we have this thing where we tell the new green people in radio, they think they're superstars and they think they're hilarious because that's why they give them. So they go and they tell all these jokes and they do all this stuff and they don't get any kind of reaction from it. Is because you're the only person in the world that thinks you're hilarious. Everybody else is kind of, you might have a handful of people. Ashley thinks I'm really, really funny sometimes. I can make her belly laugh, sometimes. Oh, yeah? And there's probably a handful of people in this world that are like that. So we always tell
I'm not even sure my wife thinks I'm funny.
Don't tell those stupid ass jokes all the time that you think are funny, because nobody else is gonna laugh. You're gonna make yourself look like a moron. So,
well, okay. Well, I did that yesterday, and nobody watched yesterday's episode. But yesterday's episode was great. We had a great discussion about all kinds of stuff, including immigration, and then that came up much later in the day. We started the conversation, and other people picked it up. But
but that shows you just how much that
we are on the ball.
People are distracted and they see one thing and they don't like it and they move on. They are not going to give it a chance.
Oh my gosh.
People judge a book by its cover.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Hey, it's Friday, and on Friday we do our liar's table. Where's our liar's table? And we invite another gentleman to come lie to you with us. This is what's his name now?
Actually, I don't think this gentleman lies.
IT.
Why do?
I'm gonna be honest. I lie. Deke, do you lie?
I lie I'm lying now.
I might not be being honest though. I might be trying to trick you by claiming I lie.
One of my favorite artists has this line in a song that says, "I promise you, I'd be lying if I told you everything I ever said was true, and I can promise you that." It was just the way it all worked out. I probably just jacked it up, but it was good.
Do you guys remember the movie Labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The doors. There's two doors, and one was always true, and one was always lying. And love that. That's,
you can get those door knockers. Those two door knockers. You can buy those. I'd screenshotted it not too long ago and sent it to Ashley. It's like, oh my God, you can get these two door knockers from the library. That's one of our favorite movies of all time.
I'm waiting for when my wife gives me the green light to let our kids watch that, because she says they're
it's a little
too young.
They might be a little too young.
It'll be overheads.
They won't get any of the.
All right, guys, good morning. Welcome back. This is Friday. After this, you're free for the weekend. But before we can get started for the show, he's not free for the week. He actually works on the weekends. And you're not actually free for the weekend either. You have a bunch of stuff you have to do. But I guess what I'm saying is I'll be free for the weekend. Anyway, it's music time. Tell us something about music.
Thanks, ass. I know what Sinister Minister is going to be doing this weekend. Probably the same thing I'm going to be doing. I don't know. Are you?
I have 2 Saturdays off.
Oh wow, we have Muhlenberg County this weekend. We're going to Muhlenberg County. So all right, let's talk about music. It's our last day. Last Thursday, we went to the Louder Than Life Festival in Louisville. It was great. We had been planning it for a long time. It was actually a Father's Day gift that they got me for Father. Completely surprised me. I was blown away. I was like, we can't do this. And Ash was like, yeah, we can. So we went and the whole family, and we saw a great headlining group. It seems like the rest of the days at the festival were really crappy from what we've seen. We got the good day, is from what I've heard. So the last band to perform that night for 2 hours, and the only reason we went, is the Foo Fighters. Ashley and I had never seen the Foo Fighters. We're both concert junkies. We're music people, and the Foo Fighters were on our music band bucket list to see before they stopped touring. We wanted to see the Foo Fighters live. So we got to see the Foo Fighters live. And I love the Foo Fighters. I'm giving you a song today that you probably know, you might not know. This was on the album Wasted Light. It was their seventh album. I think it was probably one of their greatest albums, but I'll say that about every one of their albums. Arlandia, Dear Rosemary, Wheels. I think Wheels was on that. Such a great album. Dear Rosemary is a wonderful freaking song. And Bob Mould from Husker Du plays guitar and sings on this vocal track that was one of Dave Grohl's all-time favorite bands in the 90s. If you've never heard Husker Du, they were not a real big radio-friendly. They weren't not radio-friendly. They weren't a radio band back in the day. They are a normal 90s grunge rock band is what Husker Du sounds like. You turn them on and you're like, yep, that's from the 90s. So good stuff. Check out Dear Rosemary by the Foo Fighters. It's one of my favorite songs.
That's pretty good. I like it. I like that. All right.
While Deke's talking, I had a buddy of mine who was who also went to Louder Than Life on Thursday, took his son. He knows Rami, the keyboardist from Foo Fighters. Rami's played for him for a couple of recordings he's done, and is going to help with another album he's got. Anyway, so he reaches out to Rami and says, "Hey, you want to like make this special for my son? Any way we can hang out and see?" He goes, "Yeah, come on in." So he comes in. I shared the story with Deke because I knew Deke would love it. So my buddy is sitting there talking with Rami. He's got a son there. And all of a sudden, Dave Grohl walks in, and the rules were everything's chill, no cameras, no pictures.
Right.
So they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're talking all kinds of stuff, Super Bowl commercials, all this different stuff. And then Rivers Cuomo walks in. I would have
lead singer of Weezer.
Yeah, lead singer.
Oh,
I would have thought it'd be cool to meet Dave Grohl. I would have been more like, "It's Rivers." I would have freaked out if that went. I know
those
loves Dave
those two to me probably I would probably try to have to hold my fanboy self back a little bit, because I've always said I would love to sit down and talk to Dave Grohl. I don't want to just be like, "You're so cool." I want to be like, "Hey man, let's talk drums. Let's talk drum equipment. Let's talk, who's your favorite, drummer that nobody's ever heard of? I would like to talk shop.
What kind of stuff like influenced you that you realized
But he said the conversation was so natural and so cool and just down to earth, and that's he said that's who Dave Grohl is. He's just
cool,
very chill.
Hey, we got Do Good and Rick there in the chat. Morning, guys. Foo Fighters Pretender is a great song as well. You guys know Pretender?
Absolutely. That's a great one.
All right.
Is that one from Wait? No, I don't remember. Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Okay,
hey, by the way, folks, if you haven't already, I know it's kind of off. Discord is having a little problem right now, but if you want to, after the fact, you guys can come join our server and hang out with people that know Dave Grohl. Right?
Yeah.
2 steps away.
2 steps away from Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm also 2 steps from Taylor Swift, if you care.
Oh.
You're probably 3 steps from the president.
Well, don't that.
More than that. Everybody's only 7.
How many steps away from the president are you, Deke?
At least 7 at the max.
Have you ever visited his house?
Did you know that? Don't you know that theory that everyone is 7 steps away from?
It was 6.
Yeah, that's the what is that game?
Degrees.
The
6 degrees
Kevin Bacon game.
We used to play. Yeah, before the internet, I had a genius friend play the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Is what we play, and he would do it from his head. We didn't have the internet.
I could do that when I was in the 5th grade.
Yeah,
I could do it.
I tried to stump him one day with somebody, and he come back the next day, and he was like, "This person play." Oh, it was Alf. I was trying to get him to connect Alf to Kevin Bacon, and he did it. Like the next day, he come back, and he was like, "So and so made a guest star on Alf that played in so and so with Kevin Bacon." I was like, "Geez, man."
Okay. Anyway,
millionaire genius now. By the way,
yeah,
I'm telling you the truth. That's the truth.
And yet here we are on the internet. Who's winning now?
Got to drink
all right, guys.
Coffee because I can't afford getting coffee creamer.
All right. Hey, if you haven't already, here's the title of today's show: Democrats fail to derail the impeachment inquiry. Now I know you two guys are just political animals, and I'm sure that you watched the impeachment inquiry hearings live, as I did all day yesterday. Right? No. In fact, most people probably won't have seen it. You might see some headlines today.
I had to clip my toenails. I was busy.
Retying my shoelaces. Let me give you a brief summary of how an inquiry how a committee hearing goes. You have the chairman. He gives some opening remarks. Everybody's allowed to give their opening remarks for a couple of minutes, and then they introduce the witnesses. And then right before the first witness is allowed to talk, the Democrats try to derail the entire thing by saying, "Oh, we have a floor motion to subpoena Rudy Giuliani," to which the chair is like, "Okay, we have to handle this motion first." And then somebody else says, "I motion that we table that motion." And it was like, I guess we have to handle that one first. And this is the way it goes throughout the day. The Democrats attempt to totally derail the first impeachment inquiry. And the Republicans are like, yeah. But also, here's the evidence we have so far, and we want to go get more evidence. So that's more or less what happened. Raskin, who is the Democrat leader in the committee, there's the chair, which is Comer. You know Comer. Comer's the chair. Raskin is the top Democrat on the committee, and then there's an array of Republicans and Democrats on both sides. Every Republican would be asking about Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, what we need to do to get more records, what's the proper course of action for pursuing an inquiry to make sure that we're doing this correctly. And I'm going to be honest, the Republicans are going to slow roll this whole thing because they want this to drag out. They want Biden's name synonymous with crime for another year. And the Democrats, as soon as they get the microphone time, who do you think they're talking about? Is it Joe Biden? Is it even Hunter Biden? A little bit. No. As soon as they can, they're like Trump. So Democrats are just trying to derail things. Republicans are just trying to establish the fact that we have legitimate cause to begin looking for evidence. So that's the long and short of the inquiry. There were some interesting highlights, though. There was a couple moments of that were spicy. Did you guys see any of the headlines at all?
See you at lunch.
Good morning.
No.
Okay. So there is a representative named Miss Nancy Grace who got a little bit fed up. So I'm gonna pull the clip up of Nancy Grace here. Here's Nancy. This is only we're not gonna play the 5-minute clip. We'll play a minute of it.
Representative Raskin, he said in 2019, there's no formal constitutional or statutory or even the House rule for how an impeachment inquiry is to begin. And so it means different things to different people. I don't want to hear another word from the left or anyone across the other side of the aisle about impeachment inquiry. This is complete and total hypocrisy this morning. Today, we're going to bring the facts. Today, we are going to bring the evidence. In 2017, the Joe Biden family teamed up with Chinese company CEFC, to make millions off of granting access to Joe Biden. Hunter even arranged for Joe Biden to share office space with the CCP-aligned company CEFC. My Democrat colleagues say none of this is relevant because Joe Biden wasn't vice president while his family did these shady deals. Turns out that's complete and total bullshit. It's a lie. Hunter Biden.
Yes, sir.
I like her.
Yes, sir.
We need
They
more
ain't taking no shit. And she wasn't the only one. There was some on the left that were dropping bombs too. But she was like, listen, you guys impeached Trump over literally a phone call that was perfectly fine. It was no big deal. And all Trump was doing was asking about, like, this looks kind of weird. You guys impeached Trump over that. And you're saying that this entire thing is not valid because Hunter Biden isn't Joe Biden, and so that's two totally different people. How could they possibly be? How could they possibly be entangled? There's no evidence whatsoever. Meanwhile, the committee dropped like 700 pages of documents. There's like 12,000 pages of bank records, including some this week that include $260,000 from China, delivered to Joe Biden's address with Hunter Biden's name on it. So you can't say that there's no connection whatsoever. So of course, hang on. Hey, I got to take a phone call, guys. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know.
right.
Hang on.
All right. I don't even remember what was he even talking about?
I don't know. Something impeach. I heard the word impeachment.
All right, so let me see what else we have in here.
We got lots of good stuff. Hey, here's a question.
To move.
Next week, are we starting the lycanthropy songs for all of October? Reminder. Here's your reminder.
That's right.
I gave you
That's
a ton.
right. Yes, we have a lot of lycanthropy songs that we need
all of October
to add to the playlist. Yeah, so we'll do extra songs.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
There is another. Can we? You're off the phone.
Move on.
Okay, I was just going to say there is. Since we're talking about werewolves, there is a real quick werewolf story that I just wanted to mention. Just real quick. I didn't even want to have a discussion on it, but I was going to save it till the end. But since we're talking about werewolves now, JJ and I used to have. JJ started a podcast a long time ago for a video game called Marvel's Contest of Champions.
I enjoyed it.
And that's how we all met, was through that game, Marvel's Contest of Champions. And I joined JJ on the podcast, and we had some other folks. That's the reason why we don't have a podcast anymore. I said it. So we used to play this game. We don't play the game anymore. The game's been around for a long time now. We kind of play a little bit. I think we all just kind of play casually. I actually do.
You got it. I'm going to help you get to Thronebreaker, dude. I can help you.
I'm not in an alliance anymore. I don't want to.
Have
a
job
retirement
alliance if you want. No requirements.
I just want to be somewhere to do stuff. Well, I saw that on our podcast a long time ago, we had one of the creators on our podcast. The main creator's name was Gabriel Frazera, and I think we were one of the first people to be able to interview him from the game. And we were trying to propose to him obscure Marvel characters to have in the game, and somebody said, it might have been you, JJ, said Werewolf by Night.
Oh yeah, I did say that. That was like 2017 or something.
Yeah, that was like 5 or 6 years ago or something now. And Werewolf by Night is finally coming to Marvel's.
Look how terrible Morbius looks.
I know
it looks bad. Hey, I'm gonna get a 7-star Morbius though.
Is that fathead thing though they do occasionally? They get the real.
No, I don't think so. I think this is the real.
That's just normal.
And I don't know who the new Kabam guy is here. I mean, I don't know who this guy is.
That is Kabam Jax. That's Kabam Jax.
Oh, that's Jax. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not in the CCP anymore because I stopped playing the game and they didn't like some of the things that I said on this show.
Yeah.
I think they heard this show and they kicked me out of the CCP from some of the things I said on this show is what really happens. So, I don't encourage you to give your money to Kabam. You can play the game for free. Yep. I played the game spending very little money for a long time. One of the top players in the world that I heard was a good friend of mine. He stopped playing the game. He sold his account.
Oh,
his number 3 account in the world is now controlled by someone else.
Oh my gosh.
Over hundreds of thousands of dollars on this game.
Stop.
This guy, I know for a fact.
A friend of yours?
His name was Knight, Nite. He was always in the top 5 spenders. He was always in the top 5 spenders in that game. I asked him one Christmas, they would do the spending thing in December. I asked him, he was the number 3 in the world for spending that year.
Yeah.
So I asked him in our chat, I was like, how much did you spend? Truthfully, how much did you spend? I think he said something like $27,000.
Oh man. That's crazy.
Just in one
some
month.
people have got real liquid capital and nothing to do with it. And I mean,
he was a surgeon. Wow. His wife was a lawyer. He worked all the time. He always didn't have any kids. He always had his phone on him, and that was his hobby. He spent money on his hobby.
Richter says they're not doing Marvel Midnight Suns any characters any favors in pop culture. That Morbius, I mean,
looks terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better than Jared Leto, but
I don't know, man. Why does everybody hate Jared Leto?
I haven't seen that movie. I don't know.
I liked the movie. I actually kind of liked the movie.
Oh, really? Is it good?
There were a lot of things that were rushed.
Sure.
And some stupid plot holes, but I actually liked the movie.
I need to check it out.
And I have a question. Why does everybody hate Jared Leto? Last night, me and Alex were watching videos, and there's these drum videos where they take well-known drummers and they let them play along to a song they've never heard before just to see what their version of the drum sounds like. So they had Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers playing to 30 Seconds from Mars. I can't remember the name of the song. Carry me, na, na. And so he played this song, and it was a reaction video from Jared Leto and his brother, who's actually the drummer for 30 Seconds to Mars. And I asked Alex, because he said something about, I was like, Jared Leto there. I said, he is a great singer. I said, I honestly think he is a great actor too, because everything that he is a great character actor.
Yeah,
and I don't know why everybody hates him.
I couldn't stand his I don't know that anybody hates him, but his Joker was a little bit, I mean, it was a different take, but it was
a different take on the Joker. I thought it was a great take. You want me to tell you a Joker I can't stand?
Don't you dare.
I can't stand. You know who I'm going to say.
Don't say it.
Cesar Romero.
Okay.
Oh, really? Even with the mustache? Cesar Romero.
Cesar Romero was I would have fired that son of a bitch when he said he wasn't going to shave his mustache. I'd have been like,
that's a baller move. He's like, I'll be the Joker. And they're like, you got a mustache. He's like, paint it. Paint my mustache. I'm not taking it off.
Let me tell you the second worst Joker.
Don't do it.
Don't say it.
Let me tell you the second worst Joker. You want me to say the name?
Better not say it.
Yeah.
Don't say
I
it.
think Jack Nicholson is the second worst Joker.
No, don't you dare say that. You know how long?
You're blinded.
Hours
y'all watched that movie back 30 years ago, and you haven't watched it since.
I have watched
Go back and watch it now.
It's my third or fourth or fifth favorite Batman movie. Joker. You're wrong.
Terrible movie. I hate those movies. Those campy, jokey movies are terrible.
Hey,
we got way off topic. We probably got like 2 viewers.
We got a couple guys here. Hey, Do-Good says that he did not buy the platinum track, so he's not getting a Morbius. You guys probably don't know because you haven't even had.
I don't even know what that is.
6 months, and I don't know if you know or not. Back in July, Kabam offered for $25 a 3-month track. If you log in every day, you get some stuff or whatever, and if you are Cavalier or better, you get a 6-star Morbius. But if you get to Thronebreaker before the end of the event, you get a free 7-star Morbius. So finally, after like 8 years, I was like, oh, okay, that's a good enough reason. So I got Thronebreaker like last month because I was like, I'm going to get I put in $25 in and I made myself like log in and do all the stuff or whatever. And finally got the Thronebreaker.
Yeah, so you're going to get a 7-star character that you don't give 2 shits about and never use?
Yes.
That's awesome,
It's going to be my best character I don't use.
I had a bunch of free rewards from like Upside, which I think JJ, you still get my rewards every time.
Yeah. Every once in a while, yeah. There might be a link in the description. I don't know. If you guys buy gas, why not save 5 cents or whatever?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Upside.
So here's the problem with your Upside, JJ, because JJ tried to get me to do it for a year and a half. And here's the problem here in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I got 3 gas stations that use that, and they're about 20 miles away, every one of them.
Yeah, right.
So
I
just don't use that crap.
It just depends on
McDonald's. I was in India.
Yeah. They have like food and some other stuff too.
There's tons of stuff. Wow. You should check it out. Because my one gas station in town, actually we have 2 now. Anyway, the one gas station in town has Upside.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like 7 cents a gallon right now.
Richter says that's sweet. I'm just going to assume he's talking about me getting some awesome stuff. And Do Good says Jack Nicholson was awesome as a Joker.
I love you all. I love Richter and Do Good and Sinister and JJ. I love you all. You're my brothers. I would go into battle beside you, but I think you are all crazy.
Deke has been replaced by a squirrel.
Maybe you're right. You're probably right.
All right, guys. I know we're on pop culture stuff or whatever. There's actually, this is not funny. It's not fun. But there's breaking news, and I just have to. We have to cover this.
All right.
Senator Dianne Feinstein has passed away at 90 years old. She is. This broke like not even 20 minutes ago. Senator Dianne Feinstein has passed away at the age of 90. Feinstein was nearing the end of her 6th Senate term. That's 36 years in the Senate. After previously serving as mayor of San Francisco, California senator stepped down from her perch atop the powerful Judiciary Committee due to poor health and political pressure after bouts of illness that had prevented her from reporting to work, most notably for 3 months last year, and reports of her diminished capacity, including her inability to remember her colleagues' names. The senator's death comes as Congress is barreling towards a shutdown as government funding ends like tomorrow. I thought I was showing the photo. So out of due respect for Senator Feinstein, who served the country for many, many years, even though I don't agree with...
She served the country? She didn't. She served fucking California. She does not deserve any respect because she's dead. People die every day, JJ.
No, I know that, but she served her constituents. Her constituents and you and me don't agree, but they kept rehiring her. So anyway.
And you can lead a horse to water. All right.
Okay. You can speak ill of the dead tomorrow, but today.
I haven't.
All right.
Why should I respect her?
I'm not saying you have to respect her. I'm saying I'm going to be
because
respectful.
She's dead. You can be respectful.
Governor,
I don't think she deserved my respect.
Okay. Governor Newsom is expected to appoint a replacement, so the balance of power in the Senate will remain unchanged. Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to change. Nothing's going to change.
That was news. We had to cover the news.
Some old lady that was very rich that didn't give 2 shits about you has died. And now the media wants you to feel sorry for her because she's dead. There's 8 billion people.
I don't feel sorry for her.
There's people dying right now that much more deserve our respect and sympathy than that woman, is all I'm saying. I don't want to spend any more time talking about her. Mitch McConnell dies, I'm going to say the same thing. And he's my senator from Kentucky that I actually say good things about.
Yeah, right. He does stuff for Kentucky, even though
bitches have been in power for so long. Right. And we can see what's going on with this country.
We shouldn't have a government where people serve for so long that they die in office. That's true.
I agree. 1,000%.
Now, that being said, with that being said, you don't have to pay respect, but out of respect, I'm going to say she served her constituents. We are political adversaries. That's fine.
Right.
I wish her family well. Okay. You guys deal with your stuff. All right. Let's move on. We already talked about the impeachment inquiry a little bit. Let's see. Oh, we got some Elon. We got some border stuff. Deke posted this story. Dave, you're still here. Deke left. I don't know if you know about this or not, but there are some people that are moving into America that have not filled out all of their paperwork.
Sure.
Which, we have an expectation that people will like fill out their paperwork before they move here and get an okay from our government.
Is that illegal to do?
Well, like the law says that, you're supposed to like, get permitted before you enter the country. I mean, that's the way our immigration system is set up, is that, you make an application.
Is there a legal way?
Yeah, that's like a legal type of migration route. You make sure you have a job, make sure you're not sick, make sure you don't have COVID, make sure you don't have, I don't know, like satanic herpes or something. Make sure you're not carrying backpacks full of fentanyl. Space herpes. Yeah, I don't know. So, but in spite of the fact that we have a process for people to move to our country, there are a couple people that are kind of sneaking the sign. And there's
just a few, JJ.
It's not that
too many. It's not a problem yet.
Probably more have come through Ellis Island.
Well,
I would assume.
Right. Yeah, I would think so.
But hang on. Let me just point out that we're being very facetious and sarcastic, and we're making jokes.
What?
But let me just point out something that people forget about that, because you brought up Ellis Island, and I've had people say that before. I've heard people say that before, and nobody brings this up.
Go ahead.
In Ellis Island, when immigrants would come into Ellis Island and they were sick or something was wrong, your ass gets out. You don't get in this country. They did not just let everyone in. They had very strict restrictions that they kept people out.
Were there forms to fill out too? Books to sign into?
Yes, various reasons.
You had to have a chest x-ray. You had to prove you didn't have like
space herpes.
Like
I'm sad that you had
tuberculosis.
Yeah, consumption. Yeah, yeah. There was all kinds of stuff that these people. And when the left goes Ellis Island, well, hold up. All you know is the question that you answered on your history test. You've never read anything about Ellis Island and the history of how we let people into this country. You've never read. So don't sit here and try to argue with me like because you read a title on a Facebook post. Okay, don't do it.
I'm not arguing.
I mean,
not y'all. I'm talking about
we're on the same page right now.
We move migrants into their neighborhoods, and then the attitudes change quietly.
Right. Yeah, isn't that funny,
Richter? Guys, hold on. I'm not even gonna put this on screen. I'm just gonna chastise Richter. Richter, you can't say that. You can't say that, sir.
What did he say?
He's not gonna put it on. Screen.
You can't say that.
Yeah, he can. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with what he said.
I was going to go back to the immigrant thing for just a second.
All right. So the border. We're on the border. Mm-hmm. Elon Musk, owner of. I do not sanction these comments. Elon Musk, owner of.
You went mute.
Did JJ mute?
I don't know. I think JJ, did you mute yourself? Your mouth.
We can't hear you.
Something about Elon is the owner of something. I'm assuming
you cannot hear me.
Now we can.
Now I can. What the crap?
I don't know. You went out for a second. I thought you were talking into your mic. I couldn't hear you. Okay. Anyway. All right. Back to it. Border stuff. Elon Musk, owner of Twitter, SpaceX, Boring Company, and Tesla, and who knows how many other companies, visited the border. That's somewhere that the president of the United States has not been to. Neither has the immigration czar, Kamala Harris. But Elon Musk went down to the border, and Deke, you posted this story from Twitter. He did a live Twitter stream from the border, and you can actually see people.
It's like 15 minutes long.
Yeah, we're not going to play the whole thing.
It's long. I mean, there's a couple of them actually.
Right. But he stepped down to the border and he spoke with Rep. Tony Gonzalez. He went to Eagle Pass, a town of. There's only 28,000 people that live in Eagle Pass. You
muted again.
Oh, he went out again.
Yeah, I don't think Rumble likes your comments today.
That's weird. Hit you.
Huh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay. Sorry, guys. How much did you get of that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Elon Musk went to the border
Gonzalez
and he was streaming people. He was talking to Rep. Gonzalez. 28,000 people live in the city of Eagle Pass, or the town of Eagle Pass. 28,000, not that many people.
Used to be 28,000.
Yeah. And we see 2,000 people a day arrested for coming into the United States. So that means it could easily be that in 14 days, if those 2,000 were not being arrested, Eagle Pass could be completely resided in by illegal immigrants in 2 weeks. And it's not like they have a lot of facilities and stuff there. There is a pop-up tent outside here. I get this. I'm going to show this. There's a pop-up tent outside of Eagle Pass, referred to by Border Patrol agents as the Firefly. It's where people were taken after waiting under the bridge. Here's a photo of the rec room, which is supposed to be for playing soccer. And instead, it's got, I guess, tables for people. Here you go. Here, you guys. It's got tables for people to fill out paperwork and trash cans. Look at this. This is just one batch of people that have been pulled out from under the bridge so that they can be given, paperwork and a card and a registration number. And we can take their asylum entry, whatever. But none of these people cross the border legally in the proper way. All of these people were either apprehended or were residing under a bridge. And we showed the photo a couple of days ago, Deke.
Are they attempting to make it legal now that they're in the States by filling out the paperwork and stuff like that?
The deal is you get into the country and you apply for asylum, you get a registration number, and you get released on your own recognizance. And in fact, you get traveled. You have the option of getting on a bus and going to New York or Chicago or wherever the state will pay for you to go. Or the Biden administration processes your case and sends you somewhere in the United States, sometimes in the middle of the night, on these low rent airplanes, and they'll just pack them up and send them off to like some suburban community somewhere.
So I think the perception is that individuals are just coming across and there's nothing taken, no information taken, and just sent out to these different states and towns and whatnot.
No, they take their information and they give them a number and a registration on an app. And there was a while there a few months ago where they were giving them phones. They were giving these people phones so that they could use the app, and they may still be doing that. So
Samsung 23s.
So Elon posted some videos and did some live streams, and they're kind of long, and he's interviewing the here's a photo if you want to see Elon. So if you guys want to go over to Twitter and check out those live streams, see what he has to say. But he's doing what even our government officials won't do, which is go down there and look for yourselves what's actually happening.
Well, he's talking about moving Tesla to all of his headquarters to Texas, wasn't he?
I don't know if he's moved the headquarters to Texas. There's a big facility.
He wants out of California.
Yeah, well, that's true. California taxes are crazy, and they're constantly coming up with like new regulations. The reason why he tried to get out of California, though, last year was partially. What's up, Joe?
Oh,
hey,
whoops!
Let me minimize that. The reason why he was trying to get out of California was because during the pandemic, California was like, you must wear masks, you can't go to work, da 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 da. And he was like, we can't get stuff done if we can't go to work. So come to work. And so he had a big scuffle with them. I don't know if they've moved headquarters yet or not, but I know that he considered it. He also I saw this the other day. He considered moving the Twitter headquarters to Dallas, but he said that Dallas was too Texas-y. Too Texas-y.
It's been a while since I've been in geography class, but isn't Dallas in Texas?
Yeah. I mean, there's Texas. Okay. There's Texas, and then there's Texas like me, where they're like, look, this Texas is the best state in the entire world, and you guys should all be living here. Of course, I love Texas. I love Texas more than you love America, for sure. That's true, and a lot of us are like that. But then there's Dallas, and Dallas is like it's like extra Texas. It's a little
Louisville
more
is very different than Kentucky. I can say that because I was born and raised there, but Louisville is not Kentucky. Even
Louisville. Yeah, Louisville is like the biggest city, and people are freaking. That's what they associate. That's not
Kentucky.
That's the complete opposite of Kentucky.
So
Everywhere else,
I get that.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what you got? You got any stories?
I got one that's not as exciting once you get into it.
Do Good went to Ellis Island. Look at that.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's the correct way to come into our country, sir. Good job.
I don't think he came into the country through Ellis Island. I think he probably visited Ellis Island.
Well, he said that's still the correct way.
Okay. This one is not as cool as it sounds on the headline. McCarthy and Gates get into testy exchange. Kevin McCarthy and Representative Matt Gaetz got into a testy exchange behind closed doors Thursday after Gaetz accused McCarthy of being behind social media campaign targeting the Florida Republican, which the speaker denied. The back and forth at the House's GOP conference meeting took place amid heightened tensions between the men. Gaetz openly threatening to force a vote on ousting McCarthy as speaker if he does not follow through with a number of demands on spending and legislation. So, like I said, it's the headline makes it sound a lot better than it actually was. It's just a bunch of two idiots arguing over crap.
Do Good asks, isn't Dallas quite moderate? Yeah, Dallas is quite blue, actually. It's a very Democrat urban city, but culturally, they're Texas in a way that's grating on you. Like it's very difficult to explain. Just imagine all the cowboy stuff you can imagine, and then people are wearing that around.
It's a stereotype. It's a
super stereotype. Yeah.
They're not real. They're stereotypical.
Yeah. You're like guys in big old cowboy hats driving pickup trucks, and but
with bullhorns on the front.
Yeah, bullhorns on the front. Yeah, exactly.
I saw a freaking car drive through Kentucky the other day with the big longhorn horns on the front of the car, and I
saw General Lee.
Hazard.
I saw General Lee the other day driving through Kentucky. I'm like, what?
Did it have the battle flag on the top?
It did.
Good. That's a General Lee. Mm-hmm. Those cars that don't have the battle flag on the top are not.
No, they're just orange number ones.
They're just orange
these
number
sound
one Chargers.
Real interesting. Did you guys take photos?
I was driving
because we can't show. Can't show if you guys don't take photos. I know you don't take photos. I know you see stuff and don't take photos.
What? I don't take photos. I actually took a lot of photos at Louder Than Life because we got into that freaking conversation about how me and you don't take photos of anything.
Yeah.
And your wife has to like pick up your phone, take a photo and hand it back to you. So you'll have a memory of what you were experiencing.
Right.
So I tried to take a bunch of photos at Louder Than Life just because you made me feel like crap.
I tried to remind you in advance. I knew that after the fact you would appreciate having some photos.
Thank you, Peter Positive.
You're welcome.
Positive influence on my life.
You guys got any stories to talk about here? We're done with politics, right?
I've traveled a bunch this week, and I haven't been able to listen to the shows. And I posted a few things in the news section. Did you all cover the family that was suing Google?
Oh, really?
No, we forgot.
I didn't know about that one.
Yes, I think it needs to be talked about.
Mention that one again.
So it's CNN. I can't share my screen because I'm not cool like you all.
You can't share? Hold on. Can you request to share?
No, I don't think so.
There's a little button down in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, no. I can't. I have so many things on here. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
All right. There we go.
Here, I have to turn it on for you. There you go.
All right. Now,
sweet. Yeah.
There we go. Multiple complaints were made. Family sues Google after father drives off bridge.
Oh.
Where is the rest of the story?
It looks like
I gotta go to CNN.
I got tricked by one of those the other day.
I did.
Yeah.
Basically, the story, and there's Feinstein.
Here,
I'll
let me give
find
you a
it
chance
later,
to. Find it. So what's going on with the story? What happened?
Google Maps. Google Maps never updated this road, and this father drives and goes over a bridge and ends up dying. And so they're suing Google. It had been like this for 9 years. All right, I'm going to not even try here because.
Here,
let me see if I can do it.
It had been going on for
it has
9.
A video. He's going to find another one.
Yeah, so I just skip it. But, so my question is, it's been going on for 9 years. You've been reporting it for 9 years. Is it really at this point? Like, at what point is Google responsible for not updating their map? And at what point is he still responsible for what he knows?
This is a consequence of offloading your thinking process to the internet, to AI, to you stop thinking and you're just doing like whatever the machine tells you. There you go.
I just had this conversation with somebody the other day about how they asked me if I was going to do something. I'm like, no, I don't know how to do it. And knowledge is responsibility. When you know something, you are responsible for whatever that is that comes your way. And it's a tragedy. I hate that his life is lost. But
I feel more sorry for this guy than Dianne Feinstein, JJ.
Dang it, dude.
He was coming back from his daughter's 9th birthday party.
Wow.
Following the navigation system, and the Google took him across a bridge and he drowned.
Does it show the picture of the bridge? Because again, they've known this bridge is there for 9 years. One of them I saw had pictures, and it was just like,
Wow. I mean, look, you're driving the car, you're responsible. And but what would happen though if Tesla autopilot was driving the car and the maps were messed up? You wouldn't even be driving the car.
The fucking bridge, JJ.
Here you go.
Yeah. Does Google need to tell you that?
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he responsible now driving in the complete darkness and black? And Google's known about that for 9 years, and he's trusting Google.
Why hasn't the city blocked that off?
In the world?
Why hasn't that been blocked off?
Why hasn't the city blocked it off? Why hasn't something been going on? Why isn't there a sign at the beginning of each road? Why did this man? Is it really his fault?
Richter says
it's been like this for years.
Google led me to a road that was closed off with concrete blocks. I didn't drive over the blocks because I'm not an idiot, and I was looking at the road.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, like, in a pitch black
liability. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Look at the trees. That place
there's
is
no
going to
lights.
be pitch black at night.
Right.
No lights. And I can see that happening.
You're
if
driving
anything, down the road.
If this is that looks like a residential area. If this is a residential area, the HOA should be sued for not. For public safety.
HOA. Look at those houses. That's not. We don't live like you do, JJ. There's no such things as HOAs in Kentucky. Maybe
whoever,
in Louisville.
Look, somebody owns that
Lexington.
road. Somebody
owns that road. The county owns that road.
Then the county should get sued for not blocking it off, for not being safe.
Or the state. Or the state. Or the state has responsibility over roads.
State or county,
yeah,
but
Google,
I guarantee you that looks like a county road.
I would, if I was if this was a jury case, I would be like, well, Google's not responsible for roads. You people block up your roads.
Google takes, but Google's not responsible for roads.
$20 in cinder blocks.
Google has taken a response. Google is now responsible because they are the #1 map system that everyone uses. You now have the responsibility of keeping your shit updated. And when somebody tells you for 6 years, you are responsible. Google is responsible for this, in my opinion. I don't care what you say.
I mean, I'm saying that I'm saying the county or state or whoever's responsible for that road is responsible.
There are probably, in my opinion, there's about 5 people responsible for what's going on.
I would buy if that was the case. I would buy that. But if they're saying just Google, I would be like,
no. Google's responsible for not updating the map and telling you, because let me tell you, JJ, Google fucking tells me when there's a traffic cop setting up 5 miles in the road up there.
That's not Google telling you.
When I pass by that, it will say, was he still there? So whether that's Google or whatever it uses it maps it to Google. So Google should have done something about this. Him driving down that road, or when he puts in the directions, it should have a little red mark saying, bridge closed, alternating route, or something.
Right.
There should be lines and there should be roadblock signs. There's several people responsible.
Somebody is definitely responsible. For sure. I'm just saying
somebody's.
I'm just saying not if you were going to be like sue Google, that's it. I would be like, well, Google is not the principal party responsible.
No, but my other Google thing is how do we know he was using Google Maps at this time?
Right, that's true.
Well, they probably pulled his phone out of his car or whatever. I don't know.
That's the easiest thing. I just looked it up a minute ago. I was like, where are we at this weekend? Muhlenberg County. I said Muhlenberg County.
Mm-hmm.
Google comes up. I hit the freaking map. It comes up just like that. I hit directions. It took me 2 clicks, JJ.
Yeah, right.
And now I know it takes me an hour and 13 minutes. Hit start. Boom. It's taking me all the way from my position now. And I was just looking to see if there's any. Look, one reported speed trap. One reported speed trap. They're telling me speed traps on the road, and they can't tell me a bridge that's been out for 6 years.
Okay, I mean that's a fair point that you're saying. And let me ask you a question: how long does it take to get to Disneyland from where you're at?
Oh,
Disneyland? 20 days.
Yeah, Disneyland. Yeah, Disneyland.
Disneyland in California?
Is it in California? It must be.
Yeah, Disneyland's California.
Yeah, Disneyland's in California.
That'd probably be hours
Disney
and hours.
World is.
Wow.
Yeah, Disneyland, it takes like a day and a half.
You should be warned,
Disney
sir.
World is like 21 hours, I bet.
So you should be warned. A warning issued to Disneyland guests. Donald Trump is set to visit. You guys made that real hard for me.
So Disneyland, so Disney basically was like, how can we word this and still make us look woke and left, but word it so that we get
how do we get all of Donald Trump's park rental money and also make a story
and pay and join our park? Is how do we word this?
Disneyland resort guests who are set to visit the happiest place on earth should know there's some major developments on the horizon this weekend, which will involve U.S. President Donald Trump. It should come as no surprise that Disneyland Resort, which is home to some parks and some other shit you guys don't really care about, it gets busy with crowds throughout the year. When visiting Disneyland, you're immersed in several distinct and unique lands that cannot be experienced elsewhere. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just magical? But where's the part about Trump? The Anaheim Resort will host the California Republican Party convention on Friday, with former U.S. President Trump attracting the largest portion of the crowd. The event, which is just a short drive from Disneyland, will involve speeches from several Republican candidates, including Governor DeSantis, Tim Scott, and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy. Tickets are still available for the other 3 candidates, but are limited. Trump's session completely sold out. So Disneyland guests are being warned, like, hey, while you're trying to visit here, we got some dirty, nasty Republicans that are going to make traffic.
Trump visits and we get a warning. German trans folk in spandex come party.
Have you seen that guy, that princess on that princess at Disneyland? That's a guy in a dress. You haven't seen that? I'm gonna find that for you.
Disney has gone against all their rules. They let people. You don't have to find the.
No, I'm going to show you. I don't mind.
It's all right.
I don't mind, guys.
I've already eaten.
Yeah,
don't want to keep.
In a minute. Hey, buddy mine told me this last night. I was on the phone. I hadn't got to talk to him. Our buddy Venom, played the marble game with the Venomous. So I hadn't got to talk to him in like 3 months. And I saw him on Discord last night with one of our other buddies. And he's very similar-minded thinking man to us, very similar-minded. And he told me, we were talking last night about the debate. And I said something about Vivek Ramaswamy. And he was like, Pfft. I was like, you don't like Vivek, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, dude, he is so attached. He is Big Pharma's stooge. And I was like, really? And he's like, yes, you need to look that up.
He ran a biotech company.
He was like, he's Big Pharma stooge, and he was somebody else. He said he's somebody else's marionette too, and I can't remember who he said, but I was like, I'm really interested in his connections and correlations with Big Pharma.
Yeah,
because if he is, and I'm done with him. I like him, but if he's connected to Big Pharma, I'm not going to support him at all anymore. Period.
I mean, he ran a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical company. And I think one of the things that he did was create a much less expensive drug. Hang on, let me find it.
Is it possible he saw the light and walked away?
Roivant Science. I mean, he made a bunch of money. Roivant Sciences. It was incorporated in Bermuda and had $100 million in startup capital. Let's see. In 2017, that they announced that interperidine had failed in a chemical trial. Well, that's not good. You know what? We'll do some more looking on this, but I'm pretty sure that he. Oh, wow! It's never been profitable. Okay, well, we'll have to look into that. But I do for sure he is in a biomed and pharma like that's part of his road to riches. So if you're if just being associated with drugs is going to be something for you, then there you go.
Yeah, that's got bad taste in my mouth.
Let's examine it more closely.
No comment.
All right, guys. I think we're getting to joke time. You sure you don't want to see that transgender princess?
No comment.
Okay.
JJ.
All right. Hey, no. Yeah, question for you guys. How many apples grow on a tree?
All of them do, JJ.
Oh, I hate you so much.
We both said that at the same time.
We knew that one. Come on. Yeah, all of them do.
All right.
Vegetarians think eating animals is immoral, but eating mushrooms is moral. Morel.
Gotcha.
What?
I said that wrong.
No.
He doesn't get it. That makes me. Oh, come on. That's a good one.
No, it's terrible.
That's a good one. Come on. Have you ever had a morel mushroom? You need to go out in
man.
April and pick you some and cook them in butter, and it's like candy.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So, all
right.
I actually have a music degree. I've played a lot of different instruments. Deke, I know you have too. JJ, you play any instruments?
Played, and played is a generous word. A generous word for it. Played many years ago.
Well, I've played a lot of instruments, but I found that the piano is the hardest to pick up.
It's very heavy. Okay, sorry.
There's a werewolf. That one's cool.
All right, I'm going to try one more time. What did the coffee say when it got to the police station?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I'm drawing a blank.
I've been mugged.
Hey, I'm going to tell you this one. I said this one last night to Ashley because Sinister and the Minister put this one in our dad jokes on our Discord server. Just remember, folks, if you're ever feeling down about your financial situation, just remember you are closer to being a millionaire than Jeff Bezos is.
All right, you got one more, Dave?
Yes.
Look at me rocking in my chair. I'm like, is the show over yet? To pee so bad.
Did you know someone in our chat is part Al?
Oh, really? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm waiting for one of you to say who.
Oh, who?
Part Owl.
Yes.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Exactly.
No. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. We'll be back next week. Love you.
He had to pee so bad. I asked him the other day, I was like, what are you changing in your routine that's making you have to piss so bad when you get done now? He's like, I don't know.
Just wait till he starts getting on water pills and stuff like that.
I think at 10 minutes before the end of the show every day, I'm going to start running some river sound effects and some water dripping sound effects.
Start drinking your water in front of the water maybe.
Yeah.
This has the weirdest logo on it for the show.
Is that the Secret Service logo?
No.
That's hilarious.
No, it's the FBI logo.
Oh, that's what I mean, the FBI logo. What I say?
You didn't end the stream. You're broadcasting.
Oh,